Good afternoon to Madam Helena and my classmates. Today our group are going to present about a product. The product that we choose is kitchen knife set.
Hi and good evening. My name is Muhammad Irfan Sufian. My matric number 07DHM 20F2004. Today I want to make a presentation about kitchen. Okay, the feature kitchen knife. First, we go to the material. It uses carbon steel. Is an alloy of iron and carbon, often including other elements such as vanadium and manganese. Carbon steel commonly used in knives has around 1.0% carbon. Is inexpensive and hold its edge well. Carbon steel is normally easier to reshapen than many stainless steel, but is vulnerable to rust and stains. The blade should be clean, dry, and lubricant after each use. New carbon steel knife may impart a metallic or iron flavor to acidic food. Over time, the steel will acquire a patina of oxidation which will prevent corrosion. Okay. The second material, standard steel, is an alloy of iron, approximately 10 to 15% chromium, possibly nickel and molybdenum, with only a small amount of carbon. Typical stainless steel knives are made of 420 stainless, a high chromium stainless steel alloy often used in flatware. Stainless steel may be softer than carbon steel, but this makes it easier to sharpen. Stainless steel knife resists rust and corrosion better than carbon steel knife. Okay, the last, high carbon stainless steel is a stainless steel alloy with a relatively high amount of carbon compared to other stainless alloy. For example, grade 420 stainless steel normally contain 0.15% by weight of carbon, but the 420HC variant used for cutlery has 0.4% to 0.5%. The increased carbon content is intended to provide the best attribute of carbon steel and ordinary stainless steel. High carbon stainless steel blades do not discolor or stain and maintain a sharp edge for a reasonable time. Most high carbon stainless blades are made of more expensive alloy than less expensive stainless knife, often including amount of molybdenum, vanadium, cobalt, and other components intended to increase strength, edge holding, and cutting ability. Okay, we go to the type of edge. The edge of the knife can be sharpened to a cutting surface in a number of different ways. There are three main features. First, the grain will a cross section look like. Second, the profile whether the edge is straight, curve or recurve. Lastly, third, away from edge, how the blade is constructed away from the edge. Okay, last for the feature knife is the profile. Kitchen knife generally either feature a curve near the tip, as in a chef knife, or are straight for their entire length. The edge itself may be generally smooth, a straight or clean edge, or may be straight or scalloped, have teeth in some way. Lastly, the point may differ in shape. Most common is a sharp triangular point as in chef knife or paring knife. So the French point, also called sheep foot, is common in santokus, and a round point is sometimes found on long slicing knife. Okay, next, the characteristic kitchen knife. Okay, it have 13 parts. The first part, A, we call point. The very end of the knife, which is used for piercing. B, tip. The first third of the blade, approximately, which is used for small or delicate work, also known as belly or curve, when curved as on a chef knife. C, edge. The entire cutting surface of the knife, which extends from the point to the hilt. The edge may be beveled or symmetric. D, the heel. The rear part of the blade, used for cutting activities that require more force. E, spine. The top thicker portion of the blade, which adds weight and strength. F, we call it bolster. Bolster, the thick metal portion joining the handle and the blade, which add weight and balance. G, finger guard. The portion of the bolster that keeps the cook's hand from slipping on the blade. H, coil. The point where the heel meets the bolster. J, tongue. The portion of the metal blade that extends into the handle, giving the knife stability and extra weight. K, called the scales. The two portions of handle material, wood, plastic, composite, that are attached to either side of the tongue. L, the rivet. The metal pins, usually 3, that hold the scale to the tongue. M, handle guard. The lip below the butt of the handle, which gives the knife a better grip and prevents slipping. N, for the last, the butt, the terminal end of the handle. Okay, thank you. Next, I pass to my friend to continue the slide.
My name is Amadana Natsira, and today I will be explaining to you the function of knives. There are various functions of knives such as cutting, slicing, mincing, and also dicing. Knife comes in different shape and form. Therefore, different shape means different function for each one of them. For instance, a chef's knife, it is used by the chef to chop and dice vegetables, fruits, herbs, and others. My next example would be utility knife. Utility knife is a bit smaller than chef's knives. It is great for cutting small to mid-sized fruits and vegetables. It is also great for cutting sandwiches as well. Utility knife has a straight blade that is helpful to peeling produce, though it is better to leave that to a paring knife. My third example would be a paring knife. A paring knife has a very thin blade and super sharp for slicing, mincing, and also expertly in removing seeds. My last example would be a steak knife. Steak knife is super sharp, so they cut through steak like a butter. And that will be the end of the function of knives.
For the strap of kitchen knife set, first is the question of affordability arises. While buying different types of knives separately may make you spend more money than you can afford. Normally, you will be paying more when you buying different type of knife separately compared to a kitchen knife set. Secondly, there is no need to worry about buying the wrong knife for different purposes or uses, as they are already designed by a professional team dealing with kitchen knife set package. There is a knife for cutting or slicing steak into pieces easily instead of using a regular utility knife can make you struggle. Thirdly, it is easy to use. Having all the common kitchen knife make things easier in several ways. If you want to get basic cut into pieces, or you are cutting steak, meat, beef, or anything else, you have the right tools readily available. Things and job will become a lot easier. They also have weaknesses in the kitchen knife set. Firstly, you may be paying for something that you don't really need. A kitchen knife set contains several types of knife, and you may end up buying something that you don't need at all. A common example of an unnecessary knife is a boning knife. In a common household, the use of a boning knife is probably negligible and you are paying for it, so it might seem a less preferable choice. Secondly, not all knives have the same durability. The utility knife, carving knife, chef knife, paring knife, and many other options you get with a kitchen knife set. The only problem is you cannot ensure that each one is made the same way. The material is usually the same, but the build quality may not be that good with all the time. Some problem occurs when you choose poor and less reputed knife brand.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Anizam. Today, I would like to discuss about the recommendation on how to make your tool long last. Firstly, understanding your kitchen knife. As we know, kitchen knives are designed to be thin slices that cut food easily, quickly, and efficiently. To achieve this, kitchen knives are made relatively thin, with a thin edge and an acute angle. The first thing to realize is that your edge has a certain lifespan. The more the edge touch, the shorter the span. Just normal use will eventually dull the blade over time, but hard material can dull the blade significantly faster. I believe that the vast majority of the kitchen edge dulling occur not from regular use, but rather from misuse. In this part, I would like to share some tips. There are 6 tips on how to make your tool long last. Firstly, don't cut or expose the edge to anything except food. Kitchen knives are designed to cut food and nothing else. This will make the biggest difference in how long your edge lasts, and it is the most important thing to remember. Step number 2, always use a cutting board. Never cut the food on top of anything that is hard, especially things that harder than your knife is. That include glass, granite, metal, and ceramic dishes. You want your knife edge to have a soft contact with your cutting board as possible. And furthermore, always wash your knife. Always hand wash and then immediately dry your knife. There are some steps and I will describe you one by one. Firstly, do not scrub it along the edge. Instead, scrub it from the back of the edge. And secondly, let the soap sit for 30 seconds. Just like washing your hands, the soap needs time to build and break down germs. Step number 3, use brush or serrated knife to get into crannies of the teeth. And lastly, dry your knife well and use cotton or dry towel. Do not let your knife to stay in water longer than you have to. And move on to the tips number 4. Store your knife carefully. You shouldn't store your knife in the utensil drawer for some reason. You shouldn't put knife in sufficient water because it is dangerous for both knife and others. Instead, safely store your knife in a knife block, a blade safe, or a magnet. Move on to the tips number 5. A light coat of mineral oil goes a long way. A light coating of food-grade mineral oil will help protect your blade from corrosion. Mineral oil will also extend the lifespan of wooden handle. Be certain that your mineral oil specifically state that it is food safe. There are mineral oil that are not food safe. Food-grade mineral oil is not very expensive and can often be found in the personal care, pharmacy, or home essential section of the supermarket. And lastly, keep your knife sharp. Keeping your knife sharp is one of the most important things to do. A sharp knife is much safer to use because it's less likely to cause accident while struggling to cut something. Most folk know this, however, still a common problem because sharpening knife can be daunting. The easiest solution is to take really dull blade to be professional sharpened, and thereafter maintain your knife on ceramic rod with a preset angle. This will get you to the accuracy and low material removal rate of the stone paired with the ease of an electric sharpen. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.